Hi everyone, my name is Deb McCullough of Flamingo Toes, and I'm super excited to be here with you at Riley Blake's Virtual Market Day 2. I was able to join in yesterday with a different fabric collection. I was showing off my farm collection that's coming in March of 2023 called Sweet Acres. And if you haven't checked out that video, I'd love for you to do that. You can find it in the RBD Virtual Quilt Market group or on my blog website, flamingotoes.com. But today I'm here to tell you all about Haunted Adventure. So this is a really fun collection for me. I have always loved retro campers, let's be honest, vintage anything, right? So I've loved campers. My first collection with Riley Blake was called Vintage Adventure, and it was campers and bicycles and just, hitting the road. Oh, there were hot air balloons too. Hitting the road with, vintage travel. And we carried that theme over last year, and we had Christmas Adventure, which was a really fun collection to make. It was all Christmas campery themed, and so it just made sense, right, to continue the fun with Halloween. And so this is Haunted Adventure. I don't really love camping in a tent, but I would happily go in a cute little vintage camper. So this collection includes all the things that I love about Halloween in a non-scary way. Like, there's a few little elements that are Halloween-ish, but I really wanted it to be kind of a little bit of a more whimsical, softer Halloween collection. So you can see that there are traditional like oranges and golds and blacks, just like you would see in most Halloween collections. But I've also added in some soft and dark greens to kind of just brighten it up a little bit and kind of add a little bit more fun in that extra color palette. So I can't wait to show you all these quilts. There are, and all the prints as well. So let me just kind of take you on a little bit of a tour around the room here. This main quilt that I have here is called Spooky Lane. It will be a sew along that we will do that begins in late June. So it's going to be a really fun quilt. It's fat quarter friendly. It's a row quilt, but kind of an interesting row, whereas I love doing row quilts. You guys probably know that, but this one has sort of squarish elements as well. So there's suns and a really wide churn dash, which for some reason to me felt spookier than a regular churn dash. Bats and little shoe flies, cats, spiders, pumpkins, and then of course our little haunted village down there. So that is called Spooky Lane. Again, fat quarter friendly, perfect for kitting up, perfect for sewing up with me at the end of June. We'll sew through the summer, and then you'll have a Halloween quilt all ready to go for Halloween. So how perfect is that? I have another quilt that I designed. This is one of my favorite quilts I've ever designed. It's so fun. This is just the center portion of the quilt. I'll show you the whole quilt in just a second, but it's called Apple Cider. It is made up of these really fun quarter Dresden blocks. I love doing Dresdens. I don't necessarily love doing full Dresdens because then you have to make everything match at the end, and quarter Dresdens are very, very forgiving. So if you've never done any kind of Dresdens before, this is the perfect quilt to start with because you get your feet wet. It's not crazy. You can do it all on a machine. Of course, if you want to hand applique them down, you're welcome to. I just machine appliqued mine down. And then, I just made the center portion of the quilt, and it makes a great mini. That's about 32 by 32 with the border. And for the border of this one, I used my Dainty Daisy gold color. So you can see that the Dainty Daisy prints match really well with this collection, as well as Sweet Acres. So I also have a quilt called Fallen in Love, and I'll show you that in the storyboard when we look at that in just a minute. It's a black background quilt with leaves and hearts, and then a sweet row of pumpkins at the bottom. I'll also have a lot of fun supporting projects, like this little treat bag. This was really fun to make up. It says treats on it, and it's a raw edge applique. It's a fast bag to make up. And I'll have this as a free tutorial on my blog when the pattern gets released. You can tell I also have some, I love flamingos, if you couldn't tell by my name, and so I had to include some little skeleton flamingos in the collection, and you'll see those in just a minute. So let's take a closer look at some of those prints. I'm going to switch cameras on you here and get this down here so you guys can see. Okay, this is Haunted Adventures storyboard. Sorry, gotta get up here so you can actually see it. So this is Haunted Adventure. This is that Falling in Love quilt that I was telling you about. So we'll look at that whole thing in just a few minutes, but it's really got a fun contrast, and you can see all the multicolors in the collection and how great they look with the blacks. So here is Haunted Adventure. You can see that the camper print, this is the main print. It is made up of campers and vintage trucks, kind of in a haunted trailer park. So I have little crows. If you all have seen the birds, you know that once you've seen that, birds and Halloween always go together. So there are some crows flying around, congregating on various things. There's an assortment of really cute different little campers with pumpkins and mums and things like that. And then there are also some little skeleton flamingos scattered around. Get here a little bit closer so you can see those scattered around across the collection. So this collection has the main print in a gray and this minty green, and then it also comes in this pretty light yellow. It's called Beehive. So it's a really fun color that way. So these are the main prints. Then I also have a spider web print, which I really love. This one is so fun. Zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see that. It's kind of interlocking hexagon spider webs. I'm gonna see if I can focus that a little bit better. Hey, look at that. So these really cute little spider webs, that comes in black, and it comes in this harvest color, and then it comes in the orange. And then I also have a kitty. I have a very sweet little black kitty needle minder, and he had to join this collection as well. And I really love the retro feel of this print. It is got a lot of little flowers all over it, and then it has almost like a little cameo of the kitty in here. So let me actually get the fabric for you. I have some swatches left from my digital yardage, and you can see the elements in that quilt, in this pattern, a little bit better if I show you what it all looks like. So that is the cute little black cat print, and you can see how those flowers repeat and look so sweet with the little kitties. So that comes in a green, it comes in a very light gray, looks white on the screen, but it is like a very light gray. And then it also comes in a black print with a gray kitty, because you can't have just black kitties, right? Then I have a large dot print. This one's called Dots and Crows, and I brought those crows that are in the main, and they are standing around on our polka dots, and I'll show you that one as well. This one comes in a really soft green. This is called Caribbean. This is gray, and then it also comes in butterscotch. I just can't resist putting butterscotch in a collection. I love them, so it's such a great color. So here's that cute little crows print. I'll come up here so you can see. It's super subtle. They're just kind of standing around occasionally on the polka dots, waiting to scare the life out of you. And then I also have the skeleton flamingo print. So I'm gonna bring this up here a little bit better so you can see. So on the black, you can see there's a little white skeleton, white with black bones. And then there is a gray skeleton with the black, and then this print also comes in an orange and black. So really, really easy. I'm just gonna do something really fast. Really, really easy and fun to sew with. I love the elements in this one. I'm gonna get even closer and see if I can zoom in so you guys can see the details of that. Well, maybe not. One more try. There we go. Now you can really see how cute those little skeletons are going to be. It's going to be so fun. Not too scary though, right? So there are several supporting prints to go with these main prints here. And we need to focus this back. So I have a very tiny little star print, super, super small stars. This is great for the backgrounds of your quilts and, you know, as interest in your blocks and things like that. That comes in white, it comes in this autumn orange color, and then it also comes in black with a multi-star. And that's how tiny those little stars are. Really cute and very small. Of course, we had to have some stripes in the collection. I love these so much. They are bias stripes, so it makes doing your binding and all that kind of stuff really easy, but it looks so cute in the blocks too. So I have an orange and gold one with a little tiny white stripe. I have a darker orange and black with a little tiny white stripe. And then it also comes in a multi-stripe, which that one is my favorite. It's so fun, you guys. Look at this one. Look at how cute these stripes are. Isn't that great? I love that. Such a fun, it's gonna look so cute on all of the bindings. And then because a lot of our campers have little pennants or Halloween lights or things like that on them, we have a pennant print. So this one comes in a darker green, rainforest is what it's called, this harvest color, and then this like melon orange color, and I'll show you that as well. This is a really fun little tiny pennants walking across the that print. There we go. So it's really fun, and this would be great for using in your blocks as well. So we have several quilts to go with this collection. Here we go. This is the Fall in Love quilt, and this one is the black background that uses that stars print, or you could use my Dainty Daisy print that has the black licorice. So it would look great. Either one of those would look great. And then I've got leaves, pinwheels, and cute little hearts that come all the way down this design, and then there's a sweet row of pumpkins at the bottom. So this is the Fall in Love quilt. Then I have the Spooky Lane. This is the one that we'll be doing this sew along with. I did use the white stars print as the background of this one, so that one's really fun. It has a lot of detail, and you can see all those cute elements for Halloween. And this is the apple cider quilt. The thing that I love about this one, and here you can see the entire quilt now. So you can see what I sewed up is just this center portion right here. So it was really easy just to take this element out of it and do that. But if the whole quilt has 4 more little quarter Dresden stars, and then it has some small stars, this one is really fun for fussy cutting, and I love that this one doesn't scream Halloween. This one definitely could be fall instead of just Halloween. So you can have a lot of fun with this quilt. But I think this quilt would also look great for any time of year. So it's going to be a fun one to put together. Again, this one's called Apple Cider, and all these will be arriving. You can buy these along with the collection in May of 2023. So this back portion of the storyboard just has a little bit more closer up looks at some of the prints. And then again, here is that main print with the cute little campers. And I love the little Halloween vintage truck too, all dressed up with the quilt star on the door. I have a whole series of Halloween or vintage trucks that are needle minders as well, and there is a Halloween and a fall one. So if you haven't checked those out, I have them in my store, and I also sell those wholesale to shops. So you can email me about that if you're interested in that. To go with the camper theme, I have these cute camper pins that will be arriving in the Riley Blake warehouse in March. No, where'd that come from? In December of this year. So you can see that they're cute little aqua pins, and they have a very cute packaging. I love the packaging on this one as well. So these would be a great thing to carry with your collections or to pick up as a gift. You know, maybe you make up the quilt and you get the camper pins as a gift or whatever you want to do. But they're really fun and they're very sharp. They're nice and thick, really strong pins. I like to use them with my long arming. So I use my pins to hold my my backings to my leader fabrics, and they're super, super strong and durable. And so I love those for that as well. So that is all the details in Haunted Adventure. I'm gonna switch back here into my other camera. Get that out of the way. So again, this is the center portion of that apple cider quilt. It's really fun. And so you can, you know, choose which make up the whole thing or just make up the center, whatever you'd like to do. And again, join me for the Spooky Lane Sew Along at the end of June. You can, if you are a shop, you can order Haunted Adventure now. And if you are not a shop, you can definitely ask your favorite quilt shop, whether it's online or in person, you know, in store, to carry it. And I'm sure they'd love your feedback and things like that. So you can ask your favorite shop to carry it. It's going to be a really fun collection to have in stores, and we're going to make up all the things with it. I hope you join me for the sew along at the end of the month. I have a blog post with more information on all the quilt patterns, and that is linked in today's video. And you can also check out the storyboard, which is also linked in the video if you want a PDF, to see a PDF version of that storyboard. I can't wait to hear what you think of Haunted Adventure. I hope you love it as much as I do. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will see you later.